We just saw them before. Now George Canyon and Richard Marks are here to tell us about the new album, about that fantastic song. Thank you, all of you. That was marvelous. Thanks for coming in this morning.
There you go. Great crowd.
So I think we've got a little something. There's some great news that George found out about the album going gold last week. Well, here it is.
And it's only out. It only came out March 22nd? Not long ago. I mean, it's gold already.
Well, that's
So there it is.
that's because of the whole list of people, but Richard Marks for producing it and all the fans for making that happen. And it's just God's grace is unbelievable.
And tell us, I mean, there's a great story behind this. I mean, tell us about this. A portion of the proceeds go to
JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I've been a type 1 diabetic for 26 years.
Yeah.
A little buddy of mine out here in the audience, Ben.
Oh, hi there.
Ben's he's a lead singer too, plays guitar, and he's a type 1 diabetic too, has an insulin pump like me.
Can we get the camera on Ben? Ben, I
Yeah,
want to make sure you get your...
Oh, Ben.
You shot our camera. Maybe we can...
Come here, Ben. Come here really quick.
There we go. Pull the camera. There we go.
There's Ben right here. Everybody say hi to Ben.
Right on.
There he is, buddy. Someday when I retire, Ben will take over singing rock and roll music.
Right on.
I think it's pretty nice to have a couple of friends like these, right, Ben? Yeah. Very nice. Thanks
Ben.
for coming up.
Thanks, buddy. Steal your chair on you. Look, they're
We
going to put
couldn't
the
see you,
seat
so we had
filler
to
in
get
it.
you. can sit again.
Yeah, so
he's got the
really,
walk down too. I like it.
That's it.
You got that. You got that
He's
strap.
got the whole thing down.
And that's, in all honesty, that's one of the biggest things is working with kids for the last 8 to 10 years with type 1 diabetes, because I had no one.
How old were you?
14 years old.
Yeah.
Then I went to the Aberdeen Hospital in Glasgow, Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
and I had no one in society said, I'm a type 1 diabetic and I control my disease and I live my dreams. So I always thought if I ever had a platform,
because
this is probably the best platform in Canada.
You
right
wanted to be an airline pilot, right?
Air Force pilot.
Air Force
and I wanted
pilot.
to be in the Air Force. And they told me at 14 I would never fly airplanes and I'd never be in the Air Force. And I never gave up on those dreams. And now I've been flying almost 3 years. So the skies are no longer friendly. And I'm an honorary colonel. They extended me for another year with the Air Force.
Congratulations.
So that's fantastic.
Would you allow this man to fly your plane? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Once.
Tell us how you two got together, Richard.
Well, I answered George's ad on Match.com.
Here it goes.
I didn't see that coming, but congratulations.
No, we met a few years ago through Chad Kruger, who I'm friendly with, and George is friendly with, and Chad, the lead singer of Nickelback, and he and George were doing some writing, and I got invited to the party, and it was sort of love at first sight. George and I wrote the song with Chad, and we had a great time. And
I made him sing some of his hits to me, sitting on a couch.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
wanted him to prove to me it was still Richard Marks.
And I said, who would pretend to be me? So yeah, George was nice enough to ask me to come and join the team and produce the album before this one, and then we just did this one too. So
this one, though, gloves were off.
Gloves are off.
You didn't.
I beat you up pretty good.
He beat me up good. I'd look at him and say, dude, I can't sing it that way.
And I'd go,
you're Richard Marks.
It's amazing. The two of you, no strangers to success. I mean, you were the first solo artist in history, right? To have your first 5 of your first 7 singles go to the top of the Billboard charts.
Something like that.
Something like that.
He's a very humble man.
Pays the bills.
And your success all over it. When you found out that this album had gone gold, it doesn't get old. We were talking about this just before we came up on camera, but you said it's just as special every time.
Well, even more so with today and the way the industry is. My management, Jim Cressman and Ron Sakamoto and Universal Records, kudos to everyone around us, because I had no idea this would happen. But more importantly, the fans in Canada at home here, It's in my opinion, the greatest country to live in. Sorry, Richard. Richard did say that if they ever made a dark chocolate Wonder Bar, he would move to Canada.
Because it is the greatest candy bar ever.
And that's why.
And listen, we should also let people know that you performed today with under duress. You got a wicked sunburn, and yet you still managed to do
show it to everybody.
No, I don't. No, I'm not like you.
We see it. We see it. Keep your shirt
Shirt's
off.
off again.
Richard's like Matthew McConaughey. Be going down the street, say, "Can I take my shirt off now?"
Don't you remember that when you had a tan, you wanted to wear a white shirt, right? Because it shows it off. There you go.
I don't remember that.
But you weren't wearing the hat down in Mexico.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm lucky. My face was initially burned and it peeled, because otherwise I'd look like it even worse than I do right
You'd still sound great, though.
You've got a couple of kids. Do you
Thank
sing your kids?
No, you know what? My little girl Maddie plays piano. She's unbelievable, and our son Kale plays drums, and he's they're both way more talented than I'll ever be. So it's awesome. Yeah.
Well,
Thank
it's
you,
awesome to
guys.
have you both. Thank you. And all of you, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Dan.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in, too. Thank you.
With every breath that I breathe, wherever you go, whatever you do,
Remember that?
I'll be right here waiting.
Don't laugh. I think we showed the video a little earlier.
Ouch.
Of you and
When you
your
look back at
success.
your regrets.
Are you kidding? You think?
But listen, we should mention too, you're going on an international tour starting
Yep.
in May.
Yep.
After the
That's
first
great.
release of your single that's out there already.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right.
He didn't ask me to go on forward.
And once
okay.
again, George Canyon, look at this.
Yay, gold.
New album out in stores now. Go buy it.
Praise the Lord.